How long I've had to apologize. I've been apologizing ever since conception. Being born to a woman that was just a mistress. A bastard is what I came out to be. Oh, how long I've had to apologize. Me being the only child to my mother growing up Pikasi, labeled and called a coconut, being black on the outside, yet white on the inside, with blood that flows as milk. And my tongue be so liquidated as to allow a language that is of the oppressor to flow so naturally. Oh, how long I've had to apologize about the color of my skin. Being black yet not black enough to be called Dindi. Being yellow yet not yellow enough to become a yellow bone. Oh, how long I've had to apologize for my preferences. Cutting my hair ever since a young age, which is something that is known to be done by a woman that has lost her husband. Oh, how long I've had to apologize. And then, growing up to be as I, a teenager, finding love in multiple guys, and then being attracted to women, my own kind. Like, what would she do with a pussy if she has one too? What, are they gonna scissor themselves and cut into the mood? Oh, how long I've had to apologize for finding boobs overly attractive to I. Oh, how long I've had to apologize for being the only child, for not having friends yet speaking to imaginary friends. All my life, all I've ever done was apologize. Apologize to God that I have been born of sin, yet I hope, just like J. Cole and Biggie says, I'm a born sinner, but hopefully I'll die better than that. But if I don't, then in my grave I will have to regret. Be that ghost that stands on crossroads and apologizes one more time. Even in my afterlife, I'll probably apologize and rhyme, but how long I've had to apologize. Now at 24, I'm apologizing for my freedom. I'm apologizing for comfort in my own skin. I'm apologizing for the fact that yes, I used to be a nudist, the poem that I posted a while ago, but I'm back to those. I'm apologizing for labeling Zoto Abantu as a bad person, but hey, I am probably another young hoe. I'm apologizing for having to say, girl, do you even know what you were doing, when that girl was actually me? I'm apologizing for the honesty in my poetry. I'm apologizing for my over-sexualized rhymes. I'm apologizing for my curves and how I feel like I'm booming in Shaga's land, like it's about time. I'm apologizing for the fact that my tits will be seen on the net, and it is not my fault if your man becomes erect. I'm apologizing that my daughter will probably be born of this and she will be labeled no more as the nudist child. I'm apologizing for your child finding refuge in someone just as I. I'm apologizing for being alive. I'm apologizing for my curves, even though they don't swerve that interference. I'm apologizing for my ass, filled with stretch marks, but they don't stretch long enough. I'm apologizing for my tits. I'm apologizing for my boobs, the only thing that gravity seems to hold on to. I'm apologizing for my addictive personality, alcohol. Oh my love, how I love you. I'm apologizing for how sometimes I'll stand a corner in namakeng, beme a cigarette, badlala dice, and then I'll regret my life because society has labeled me not that kind. I'm apologizing for the stereotypes. I'm apologizing for your husband getting excited at looking at me right now. I'm apologizing for breathing as I breathe. I'm apologizing for living as I live. I'm apologizing for waiting for the opportunities to open up, yet not creating them myself. I'm apologizing for being comfortable in my skin. I'm apologizing for saying that if I am nude, if I am naked, and if your husband, your father, your uncle has a problem with it, then how am I the one that has got issues? Isn't it them that we should be talking about? And how quickly they'll get to form those blue balls over looking at such a child. I'm apologizing for being black. I'm apologizing for being African. I'm apologizing for being free. I'm apologizing that these pictures are not taken in the highest of qualities, therefore they're not really done for charity. I'm apologizing for the fact that I should probably make you more comfortable, have professional photo shoots, say that I'm doing it for Mary Clear and hashtag Dear Skin, and not just doing it in my room or my bed where you seem to be invited to be in. I'm apologizing for being raped. I'm apologizing for being disrespected. I'm apologizing for being seen as a sex symbol. I'm apologizing for being a woman. I'm apologizing for walking on this earth. I'm apologizing for my prayers not making it to heaven and being clogged by the clouds because God doesn't want to listen to a sinner like I. I am apologizing because Adam and Eve were first naked and their sin was knowing that they're naked and therefore being clothed. Then if we are clothed, is not that the biggest sin of life? I'm apologizing for having to listen to you tell me to get clothed. Tell me that a poet doesn't behave in such a manner. Tell me that I can't gyrate like that. Tell me that I can't dance like that. Tell me that I can't wear pants that shape up my pussy because I will rudely invite these men. Apologizing for the fact that they get erect quickly. Apologizing for the fact that they will pass me on to their friends. Apologizing for the fact that my Insta handle will be shared because of the things that I post. Apologizing every single day, and finally I'm tired. That's like the sun apologizing for shining. That's like the stars apologizing for forming part of the Milky Way, yet the milk does not drip in a dairy type of way. That's like the moon apologizing for being so cold yet giving light and cold rocks that I never sold. That's like the rainbow apologizing for having 7 colors that mash into each other that we're not really sure if there's 7 of them. And that's like the grass apologizing for growing. And that's like birds apologizing for chipping. And that's like the year apologizing for having 365 days. And that's like the star signs apologizing for Aries, Aquarius, Leo, Capricorn, and whatever it is that makes a Taurus. That's like water apologizing for moving into the cracked parts of nature that are also dry. That's like God apologizing for being God. God apologizing for creating. God apologizing for being. God apologizing for moving over earth and seeing that it lacks certain things. That is like life apologizing for being in abundance. That is like the universe apologizing for as above, so below, as within, so without. That's like human nature apologizing for being human nature. I can't apologize anymore. I'm down on all fours. I've scraped my knees on my grandmother's floor. I can't do it for you anymore. I am not a sinner. I am a liver of my life. If such a term exists, and if it doesn't, I'm not going to apologize. Not today, not tonight. I'm sorry, I'm finally not sorry. And if you were going to get offended by it, it is only fair. I will live as I choose. If it means being naked, if it makes you hurt,